Hey, it's your boy Swish.
Yeah, Fresh Prince. Yo, I'm sitting back on the couch sipping syrup. Spark another dude waiting for the sky to clear up. Don't you think it's such a nice day?
And Swish, how did you get into the music business?
Basically, as a sophomore, I just started writing, and then kind of kept it to myself because I wasn't very good, and waited till I was, confident in myself. And then my homie got me in the recording studio. I just kind of fell in love with it, and then after that, I just started getting in the studio by myself, and it was just kind of like from there, it was just like fell in love with it and couldn't stop.
That's awesome. Do you have any musical influences that like kind of brought you to where you are, you think?
Well, to be honest, what I grew up on was like old school R&B, like Marvin Gaye, like Earth, Wind and Fire, Temptations, like a lot of old school Al Green, like stuff like that. So like my biggest influence is like R&B, and if I could, I would have done like singing, but I'm not a singer, so like I just stuck to what I could do, and rap was the closest thing to that. So I just really like that rhythmic, rhythm blues vibe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that chill vibe.
Other than music, what other hobbies do you do?
Honestly, right now, not much. It's just really focus on the music. But I like to just kick it with the homies, and I'm not doing anything. Just chill at home. Watch TV. I like movies a lot. I like comedy movies a lot. And I like stand up comedy.
Okay.
Watching stand up comedy and stuff like that.
Okay, do you kind of take in like things from your daily life into your music? Do you put that a lot?
Yeah, that's where like a lot of the movies and like stuff like that comes into influence, because like a lot of music is like it's like a story. You know what I mean? And movies are stories, and so you know you get a lot of influence from like just the random stuff that happens in movies, and you take weird little parts and just incorporate them in your raps and whatever, and so it's just kind of like they kind of like influence in a way.
Okay, so your music, does that come from like your daily activities, like things that you've gone through in the past? What does that come from?
Inspiration comes from like everyday things, the past. It comes from everything around you. Like I said, movies, TV. Just like events in your life daily, like making a cup of coffee. To getting arrested. Both ends of the spectrum. But yeah, it just comes from everything around you.
Your experiences.
This year, I'm just gonna keep striving to make those same size steps or bigger. You know what I mean? So, because 2015's my year.
It's gonna be your year.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So, in music, a lot of times, or just life in general, when you come upon, let's say, a crossroad, and something kind of tears you down, how do you overcome that? What?
Well, just from doing this for as long as I have, and it's not very long. I've learned that there's not a lot of people that are gonna really, really strongly believe in you at first, at least. You have to gain people's respect and earn their like belief. You know what I mean? So, to overcome that, you just kind of have to keep pushing. There's like no really like way around it or over it. You just have to just push straight through. That's my best advice: is just go right through every problem that you have.
Awesome.
Face it head on. And also, there's not a lot of rappers come from like inner city areas or like stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's like how they earn their street cred and whatever else, and credibility. But I come from a middle class, like middle lower class home, and so it's like not terrible like circumstances, but there's still I have my own struggles, my own middle class struggles or whatever people would call them, and I guess there's a lot of middle class kids out there that could relate to me.
Okay, nice. Up for in the past.
My first show was the Jacka in Beza. It was the Jacka and Umpanok's birthday bash at the Fox Theater in Salinas. After that, I went to T-Fly, opened up for T-Fly at the Catalyst Atrium. That was a really big show. It was like sold out. It was pretty cool. And then since then, I've opened for MIC, Stitches, and then I'm going to open for Too Short.
Okay, yeah. So tell me about your up-and-coming show, opening up for Too Short.
I'm opening up for Too Short this Friday in Gilroy at the El Centario, and it starts at 7 o'clock. I will be one of the opening acts later in the set, so It's gonna be really big. At least my promoter's been telling me that it's gonna be fat, so it's gonna be a good time.
Do you think this is gonna be like your biggest show so far?
Definitely.
And how do you feel about that?
I'm really excited. Yeah. Really excited.
Do you think that this show in particular is gonna take your career to a whole new level?
I think that it is. It's not a giant leap, but it's a good sized step towards.